Welcome back to another video. I've got something different today. It's the Xiaomi Mi portable vacuum cleaner. It's also known as the mini vacuum cleaner. This was sent in via Banggood for a review, and I've been using this for about 5 weeks now. A little bit late on the video, but I wanted to use it for a while so I could give you a decent idea of how it performs. As usual, I'll do my unboxing, show you what's included, and then just give you some thoughts and ideas on this, what I like and what I don't like. It does have a bit of weight to it, although the size is reasonably compact. It does have a bit of texturing on the plastics, but I would prefer a little bit more. It is quite strong though, the material that they've used. I've dropped it a few times and it seems to survive. There's a locking mechanism on the head there which you can push up. When it's red, that means you can unlock it. And the latch on that seems to be pretty thick plastic, so shouldn't have any durability problems with that. When you turn it on, you'll notice that the flap there, that's spring loaded, that closes up. And on the side, we've just got one push button control and 2 power levels. So it goes from low, turbo, and then it's off. Nice and simple. On the bottom, we've got the Type-C connector. So I'm pleased to see that. You don't have to mess around with different adapters. And here's the locking mechanism, which they've sort of embossed into the plastic. There's a seal there around the top of the head. This is the 2-piece filter which I'm taking out now to show you. There's a stainless steel mesh on the outside that catches the large particles of dirt. There's a little clip there that holds it in place. The filter on the inside, that is a HEPA filter, so that needs to be cleaned out fairly regularly, I've found. And there's your motor which sits underneath the case material there. They do supply a Type A to Type C cable about 1 meter in length, so it's quite long. No adapter with this. There's your brush attachment which you can put on the end, and this is a slim extension. I've put all the sizes on screen for you to give you an idea. You notice there's slots with these, so when you put them into the main unit they lock into place, they don't fall out easily, and I haven't had any problems over the last month or so using it. It's never come off. Though it's nicely built, it's definitely not perfect though. I've done a few tests that I'll show you in a minute, but there's a couple of things that I probably would have changed with the design or the accessories. So you have a few choices on this if you want to use the extender, which is quite slim to get into sort of nooks and crannies. LED on the side that glows when you're charging, and then it goes static when it's finished. Took a while to charge this, around about 2.5 hours, though the capacity was slightly higher than they indicated, so I would have liked to have had quicker charging. You do have a warning about the low battery, and it also flashes if the filter is blocked, so do pay attention to that. Runtime was actually over spec on this. It came in at 9 minutes 41 seconds and just over half an hour on the low power mode. Do a little sound test now. Also got the Black & Decker dustbuster, so I'll compare a few areas of that. I mean, you can definitely hear this, there's no question about it. It's not particularly annoying though on the low mode. Gets a little bit whiny on the turbo, and if I do the Black & Decker, that's more of a grindy sound. Just a single speed on that, but it's completely different, although they're both about the same sort of noise level. The Black & Decker is pretty good at picking up, but it's nickel metal hydride, so after about 4 or 5 minutes the motor starts to wind down its power output, and it's got around about 8 minutes run time. So the Xiaomi is pretty good at picking up, but it does have a smaller nozzle attachment, whereas the Black & Decker is quite a bit wider. Even allowing for that, I would say that the Xiaomi is better in terms of the suction. It's a more powerful motor. I do wish they had included a wider brush though, because it doesn't really cover a particularly big area. It's good for spot cleaning, but if you're cleaning a sort of large area, that complete mat, it's going to take a bit longer with the Xiaomi than it would do with the Black & Decker. Xiaomi say that this is a one-touch, empty and clean for the container, and to be honest it isn't really, because the dirt accumulates at the bottom. So you either have to pick it out with a brush that I've done here. You're probably better off just pulling it out and brushing it off. Do make sure that you clean the HEPA filter thoroughly though, at least once a week I would say, because that does pick up that very fine dirt and dust. So you can take this outside and blow it off if you want, or you can put it into water and clean them out, but make sure that that HEPA filter is fully dry before you put it back in. It is quite a useful device, so I've used it quite a lot in the last month. Areas around the house, skirting boards, stairs. Also been using it on computer stuff like the keyboard, computer cases, cleaning out the filters. It is quite handy, and most of the time the low power level is enough to do that basic cleaning, so you don't necessarily have to use the turbo output, which gives you about half an hour runtime. For really dirty areas, you're going to want to use the turbo just to pick it up more efficiently. There are a few things that I would have changed. The charging speed could have been a bit quicker, and would have liked to have seen that optional extra accessory, a wider brush, would have made it a bit easier to clean slightly larger areas. On the upside though, the cleaning performance was good, the suction was excellent, and I also quite like the design with the Type-C charging. Makes it pretty handy to carry around and take with you. Thanks for watching. Got any questions? Do drop a comment below, and I'll see you soon.